What's going on there, guys? This is Coach Jay Hunt with the Elite Path. And today on our episode, we are going to have our great friend and great client, Lorenz. He is going to share his journey with us today and, everything that he's been doing to get him to the point of where he is. And I wanted to bring him on because I feel that he'd be a really great inspiration for a lot of people that are in similar situations that have overcome some of the battles and challenges that he's overcome to get the results that he's gotten since he's been on the program. So I'd like to welcome Lorenz. What's going on, brother?
What's up, brother? Thank you, Joe. That was a great introduction. I appreciate that.
Nah, absolutely, man. You've been doing your thing, man. You give some great energy to everybody, and you're living proof of what it is when you do what you're supposed to do. So, I wanted to get you on here and just share some of your journey with people so they understand,
Absolutely.
what it is. So let's give a little context, right? So we've been going since about it's been about a year now, right? Maybe 11, 12, 13 months, maybe.
I think it's been about a year, and I can tell you throughout my journey with you, which now I see completely, not only now, but probably in the last 6 or 7 months, my how important this has been to me. So when I first met you, you came highly recommended by a friend of mine.
Hmm.
But the first 3 months, I was just going through the routine, just coming. And I see it in new clients every once in a while. When they first come, they're like, it's hard. It's hard the first month, 2 months, 3 months. But then after that, I don't know whether for me it was the third or fourth month where I finally said, oh, I'm starting to get this.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to see, I wasn't necessarily seeing any benefits because I didn't take the eating part seriously. I wasn't doing any of the cardio. But one of the great things about working with you is like you would constantly just like not in an aggressive way, but in a brotherly way, push me to like, just, are you doing your food? Are you doing your cardio?
Right.
And once that started, I guess the 6 month, the weight just started to just fall off. And
Right.
not only the weight, but just the mindset and how I began to feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't necessarily like telling people, but I'm 50s, I'll be 57 in a few days.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like I feel like great, like I'm back in my 40s again, early 40s.
Nice.
So I'm feeling better than I ever felt. I dropped over 35 pounds. I still have some weight to go. I probably have another, like I said, 15 to 20 pounds because I went from about 249 to 214. And I want to be at like 190, 195. I feel comfortable there. I was never one of those skinny kids, and maybe my body makeup is not designed for me to be that way.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I know where my comfort level, where I feel like I want to be, and that's around that weight. And
Right.
there's ebbs and flows. Like I'm super busy. There are times I can't make it to work out, and you'll say just go do some cardio then. Um, and one of the other things is I moved, so it makes even my journey harder. I own a restaurant. I own another business. I stay busy 24/7, work 7 days a week.
Hmm.
Um, and now I moved to New Jersey. But one of the things about being in Jersey, I appreciate what you've been able to do for me. So I still try to dedicate 4 days a week to coming to see you
Yeah.
because I value this relationship so highly.
That's great, man. That's great, man. I appreciate you breaking down that and giving all that context, to understanding who you are, more as a person. One of the questions I want to ask you is, what are some of the biggest changes that you would say you've noticed since you've been a part of the program?
Well, I could say physically, I feel my physical just presence and being. I wake up with energy. I go to bed, I sleep better. Um, the amount of stress that this relieves from me, again, because I have, not to say my stress is any different from anybody else's stress, but my stress is my stress. So I know how I used to cope with it, and it used to be with more aggression. Now I'm much more chill about life in general. I just take a breath now, and
Right.
my physical being, I feel much more comfortable with just waking up. And like,
Nice.
I look, prior to me going out, listen, I used to be a runner years ago,
Hmm.
and then I stopped doing all that stuff for it's been like a 12-year period where I didn't exercise or do anything. And you forget how important it is to you,
Yeah.
not only to you, for you, and about you. It's something that you take an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how long you're out there, as often as you can. It's for you. It's not about what else I got to do. It's solely about your health and energy, and it's a very powerful thing. And without you, honestly, for me, I know I want to do that on my own.
Yeah.
That's just me because I could always get sidetracked. I got a lot of work to do. I always got something to do.
Yeah.
But make a commitment to not only this, but myself and somebody else that you have a commitment to, that adds so much value for me personally.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And it's funny too, right? You've been able to make these changes, and it's not like, I got you, on some crazy workout schedule and you got to work out 6, 7 days a week, and I got
No,
you eating just chicken and broccoli and water and nothing crazy and
none of
extreme,
that.
right? Because a lot of times people think, oh, he must be doing some extreme, right? And that's not the case. And it's not like you're sitting around with nothing to do. How would you break down, right? Because you're a busy guy. What does a day to day look like for you?
Day to day is I start at 7 a.m. every day. And part of me feels guilty about starting that late, but I'm one of those people that work until 11, 12 o'clock at night, sometimes even later. So it's from the morning, the minute I wake up. Now I try to put in an hour of cardio a day. That doesn't always happen, to be honest with you. I might do that twice a week, where in the summer months I get to do it maybe 4 times a week or even 5 times a week. But now that it's cold, it's like 2 times a week. Um,
But you're still showing up.
I'm still showing up. I got to show up on some level,
Yeah.
and the rest of that time is spent dedicated to work. Though, right before this, I got off of a Zoom call. I got tons of paperwork to do now. And but being an owner of different businesses, that doesn't go away. I don't. In the past, I've had assistants or people that could help me. Now it's just no.
That's
It's
you.
all on you. So if you don't do it today, it's gonna be there tomorrow, and it's not going
Right.
anywhere. So I literally put in 10 to 15 hours of work a day, and then I have to find a way to put. Sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 10. More often than not, it's a 50 to 60 hour work week
Right. Right.
minimum.
So, if we like reflect a little bit, if I remember in the beginning, you was it sounded like using a challenging place, right?
Yeah.
With your health. I know your shoulder was pretty jacked up. What else was going on a year ago? Um,
Well, so I had a jacked up shoulder.
hmm
I had severe tennis elbow.
hmm Yes, I remember
I had um I had bizarre wrist pains too. I know you helped me with that too. So one of the first things that we did was we focused on exercises on strengthening the shoulder.
Hmm.
And actually, that came pretty quickly. Uh, well, maybe not, but I mean, there was a period where we would just focus on strengthening the shoulder so we could actually do exercises to build strength.
Yeah.
And the shoulder, we focused on the elbow,
Hmm.
literally no shoulder pain. And, maybe it was maybe, I don't know how long the period lasted, but it comes, it goes sporadically, but definitely not the pain that I experienced prior to working out.
Right.
Uh, Now I have much more strength in my shoulders. As far as discomfort level on a scale of 1 to 10, like maybe a 10 before, now I'm at maybe a 2 or 3. Some days it goes up to 3, some days it's not existent.
Nice.
Tennis elbow's completely gone. I don't feel that at all anymore.
That's
And one of the things I chose to do, talking to you was just, and it made a lot of sense, was like, in the long run, if you like to play tennis, which I do,
hmm
maybe you need just to take a break and strengthen your elbow. So I took the summer off of playing tennis.
hmm
And hopefully next year, because of me strengthening my elbow,
should feel a lot
I
better.
can go back and play again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take it in steps and see.
Yeah.
Um, and then the wrist exercises you gave me also, like, no pain in the wrist at all, man.
Nice.
I don't know if it was a bizarre COVID experience that or what, but I had bizarre pain in my wrist, and that's now gone away.
Right. And what were you trying to do to remedy these things prior to us, working together?
Absolutely nothing, unfortunately. I mean, I would see a doctor, um, and of course they want you to go to specialists. The only other person that I did try and go to was an acupuncturist,
Hmm.
which really wasn't helpful for me at all.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, does it when you reflect and you see, well, how long were you dealing with those pains and discomfort? Like how long was it going on before?
I would say at least a couple of years
So you
now.
a couple years. Wow.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
when you like reflect and you think back on it now, like does it seem crazy the solutions that you were trying to resolve and how they weren't really resolving anything
It seems
compared
insane.
to
I mean, it seems insane, and like, you know, I maybe I'm old school, but like, and I honestly I've never really exercised in a gym until now. I mean, of course, I went to gyms in my past, but I've never been committed to a gym or weights or even stretching the way that you put us through it.
right.
And I had no idea. I mean, maybe I've heard it through maybe Instagram or other people. I didn't know there were ways to heal yourself like that.
Right. Right.
And and it's a testament to not only that your knowledge of the body and how it works and what to work on just by me pointing at something on my shoulder and showing you.
Right.
That's a testament to your hard work. You know what I'm saying? So
No, definitely. Appreciate it.
yeah, and it's really, and there's some things like if I feel like a knot in my shoulder now, I might just take a few minutes and just do arm raises.
Yeah.
The beer can arm raise, you
Right.
know, 20 times, and I feel better already.
Yeah.
And it's maybe putting some heat on there or like making it
That blood flow.
that blood flow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it goes away.
That's great. It's great. I love to hear you say like we can heal the body. I think a lot of times we get confused and think, it's all about weight loss and all these types of things. And that stuff is important. However, if you don't heal the body, you're going to plateau. You're going to have challenges down the road. So just to hear you understand the concept of healing the body is
Right.
absolutely great. So what would you say is the biggest thing that has helped you on this journey, right? Would you say it's been, being a part of other people and seeing what they're going through on this journey? Would it be the training and the exercise advice and things that I've given you? Maybe the coaching, the conversations that we've had, the coaching calls, whatever it may be, right? What would you say has been the biggest thing to help you, along on
I
this
think
journey?
I think it's definitely a combination of all of those things, right? Um I think there is a great community that you've been able to bring to the space. Everybody's pretty supportive of everybody else.
Right.
I see. I love the coaching component of it. I think it gives us a lot of motivation, and then I also love just the way physically how I feel now.
Right.
Like now I could run, like and breathless, like I'm not I'm not running out of gas in the first 5 minutes or so. Like before, it was like a minute, and I'm out of breath.
Right. Intact.
So-
Now I get it.
right, and that so there's many things, and I think it's our one-on-one conversations. I just started bringing my nephew, who's at 13 years old. He's 280 pounds, 5'7".
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was 280 something, and the challenge for him is where he's in the same place I was in my first 3 or 4 months. He's not getting it yet,
Yeah.
but after after that workout, he feels inspired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, it's only been a short time, but he's already lost 10 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's doing well. He's doing well. Maybe we can get him on here next.
Yeah, exactly.
Share his journey. so
Yeah,
so so last question I got for you, right?
yeah,
So let's say you had the ability to jump in a time machine. You can go back, I don't know, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is.
yeah. But
Knowing what you know now, what you've learned, right?
yeah,
What would you tell your younger self, right? What advice would you give your younger self if you go back in time?
I'll probably go back. I don't need to go back that far, but maybe in my maybe mid 30s.
Hmm.
Start taking care of yourself, like understand that you can heal yourself and understand that this part of your life gives you just focusing on your health and exercise and mental well-being. It gives you so much more value for you as a person,
Hmm.
for your confidence, for your how you could heal your own body, which was like that was mind blowing for me actually. I mean, seriously, like, and it still boggles my mind, like, that you maybe again because I'm old school, you're taught to think anything that bothers you, just go to a doctor for it.
Right.
Not and there's not ways to necessarily take care of that, and that's just so far from the truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So my 30-something-year-old self would have probably been in better shape when I met you.
Right, right, right. Well, we would have just enhanced you from there and
They,
optimized you.
they terminated me, Terminator.
Very nice, very nice, man. Well, Lorenz, man, I appreciate you for taking this time. It's been amazing, to have you on.
Yeah,
I appreciate you so much for sharing your story. I'm sure you're going to incite and motivate, many other people. I'm extremely excited to see, what happens over the next several months. I'd love to see looking forward the growth and the continued transformation that you're going to have. I'm honored and privileged to have you a part of our family. You're a rock star, brother. You're a rock star.
as am I. I'm very honored and privileged to be a part of the family, brother.
Nah,
And I
absolutely.
listen, I appreciate you. You know this.
Absolutely. Nah, you've been as I said, man, you've been great energy. You're in there with a great attitude. And I get it, life isn't, I think a lot of times people assume that if I can't do this 100%, I'm gonna wait until life is so simple and nothing's
Yeah,
going on and I can do it. But the truth of the matter is if you can accomplish 80 to 85%, you're winning. You're gonna
yeah.
win.
And
80,
not only that,
85% is better than zero.
right? And truthfully, like I could tell you, there are days I go in there, I feel like 10% of myself.
Right.
But I can
Yeah.
always assure you there every time I walk in there, even if I don't want to be there at all, and I could try and make a million excuses, the one thing I benefit from is when I leave that place, I always feel better. I'm
Yeah.
always happy I came.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. So if
Yeah.
anybody could take anything away, just push yourself. I know sometimes it's really hard. And there
Mm-hmm.
was a period where I had to take off a couple of weeks for work and life and injury. I fell.
Yeah.
Coming back from that makes it a little bit harder,
Yeah.
but it makes you want to just overcome it even faster just to get back to where you were.
Right. No.
So that's my experience. And listen, I hope people listen to it and take something away from it.
No. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. So if you're watching this, you're listening to this, and you can relate to Lorenz. Maybe you've tried, other trainers, you tried other programs, and you're still stuck, right? You keep finding that you lose the motivation, along the way, or you're just not seeing the results you're seeking for whatever thing that may be holding you back. If that's the case, man, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to open up 3 spots to our program. And if you're selected into the program, I'm going to give you a free VIP upgrade, right? As well as a discount on the actual training packages of itself. All right. So I'm gonna do that for you guys. If Lorenz has been able to motivate you and inspire you to do something, for your health and fitness and to step out of, whatever comfort zone it may be or whatever it is that you're feeling that is not allowing you to move forward, man, I'm going to take care of you guys, right? I'm sure many of you probably thinking, how is this going to be any different than anything that you've done in the past to achieve your goals, right? But just like Lorenz, just like he said, man, like you've got to, you gotta push through. You gotta push through. You gotta be able to challenge yourself, right? That was one of the key things he just said. You have to look at this as a challenge, right? You can't look at it as something that it's supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be hard, but it is supposed to be challenging for
Yeah.
you to grow, for you to see the changes that that you're looking for. All right. Um, so if you're interested and you want to take the opportunity, you want to have a conversation, there should be some form of a link. Wherever you may be seeing this, there should be some form of a link that gives you the opportunity to schedule a time to talk with me, fill out a questionnaire to make sure that you're a good fit. And if that's the case, I look forward to bringing you on. Hopefully, we can kick off 2023 with a better vision, clearer focus of what it is we're trying to accomplish. And, we can get you online for accomplishing those amazing goals for you, for your life, for your family, for whoever's going to benefit from you having more energy and more confidence and just being a healthier human being.
Yeah. Do it for yourselves, people. I mean, for real.
Absolutely.
And on top of that all, like it helps me in business too. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah. I could only imagine. Could only
It really
imagine.
does.
All right, well, guys, that is a wrap for us. Lorenz, once again, man, my brother, I
Love it,
appreciate
bro.
you. You did a great job, man. I love the journey. I love to see it in person actually unfold and communicating with you and talking to you and seeing the nephew, also being on board, man. Like it's highly inspirational. Clients don't realize like you guys inspire me in my personal life when I see you guys commit yourself and dedicate yourselves to the changes, that can happen for you and the growth. So you're one of those people, man. Lorenz, I thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, brother.
I'll see you
And
soon,
I'll see you
brother.
tomorrow.
Yes, man.
Peace.
Later.